In the event of a water damage emergency, call PuroClean of Cenla.
Hey, good morning. How you doing? You know, I didn't have a water emergency, but kind of thinking I may have to call Doug at PuroClean. Let me tell you a disgusting story. So we went to the Farm Bureau convention, and my wife will probably get mad for telling this, but yeah, we were coming back and we had a thing of chocolate milk. You know where this is going. And I put it on the seat behind me, and it had one of those little plastic lids on it that's not, I mean, it's sturdy. It's not going to pop off unless, let's say, you forget about it and it stays in a hot car for 2 days and it blows up. Yeah, it's disgusting. So that smell's going to be there for a while. I am doing my best to get that out, and I think we're getting closer. But it was a whole day operation to figure that out. So here's the Natchitoches camera. It's back. So we are back up to 4 out of 8. Natchitoches is good, Alexandria is good, Toledo Bend's good, and Leesville is good. LeBeau, we have an issue. Rapides, we know we've had an issue, and we're getting that fixed. Brett from Weather Logics is coming in. We're going to get all this stuff fixed up. Gina, I don't know exactly what the deal is. We got that fixed, and now it's kind of acting weird again. And DeRitter, that's been a lifelong battle. It's my favorite camera, but I think we need a lightning arrestor or something on top, something like that. So all that kind of stuff. And Avery Michaels, he's here. And Avery, let me tell you, I am trying to get your song put on that 24-hour channel. It's a process. Everything's a process, but I am working on it, and I'm working on tons of stuff right now. But yes, that is definitely Louisiana Moon. If you haven't heard it, check it out. It's a great song. We're gonna put that on the 24-hour channel. It's just, again, it's a little bit of a process to work music into the thing. So chocolate, yum. Yeah, it wasn't just white milk. We went the whole 9 yards. I have so much to talk about. I'm so excited about the National Weather Network growing. We had 2 groups come on board yesterday. I promise I'm gonna get to the weather in a second. This is such a cool way we can support each other and everything. We're up to 9, I think it is now, groups. I'm going to lose count, and that's a good thing. But Matt Laubon, he came on from Mississippi. Some of you have probably heard of Matt before. He's a great meteorologist, and he has he brought one of his folks from the station with him. They were actually a part of the Allen Media Group station up there that they were let go, and they were going to centralize everything. And the whole reason they kind of reversed that decision was because of Matt and all these respected local meteorologists. And the local communities rose up and were like, no, we need our local weather. But they kind of saw the writing on the wall, and now they have come over to the National Weather Network. And most importantly, when I say that umbrella kind of captures us all. They're providing awesome local coverage to North Mississippi. So if you are traveling that way, or if you have family up there, they already know Matt. Trust me, there are streets named after this man. He is a legend. And then we had Gulf Coast Weather come on, and that's going to cover from Houston up into our southwestern area. I posted about all this yesterday, so that's going to be Greg Bostwick and his son Lucas, and then Johnny Lively. They came on to do that. So great teams coming on board. Lots of us getting together to do this, and yeah, it's a fun little deal here. And I've got calls with them all later today to just kind of discuss things and tell them the tricks of the trade. But for now, we will go back and talk about the weather here. We have clear skies out there in Natchitoches this morning, looking beautiful. Glad to have that Sibley Lake view again. Another note: we have a new logo for the Cenla update with Cenla Broadcasting. That is all that stuff Stephen Maxwell is now doing over there. So we swapped out that logo, and I may have to tweak it a little bit, but we got it in there for today. And they're doing awesome things over there too. So I love kind of how everything's working out right now. We have a lot of cool stuff going on locally and all over the place, and we have a lot more that are joining the National Weather Network here in the next several months. So what does that mean for you? Well, it means the exact same thing. The whole point of this is it's a bunch of independent local affiliates that don't necessarily depend on each other or anything but themselves, but we have each other as a support group. We have each other to say, hey, I've got Johnny. He's covering severe weather in Beaumont. That's coming into Vernon Parish. Now switch over to me because I am going to be covering that. But if you want to watch it as it's leading in, you can watch that. And again, if we send it off, I hand it off to Matt in Mississippi, and maybe there's going to be other ones filling the gaps in between. I can't make the announcements for you, but I know other people nearby that'll be doing this. Okay, again, let's get back to weather. So scattered storms, or actually it's pretty widespread over the Gulf. It looks like things are kind of shifting a little bit further to the east. Now, what's happened here is that drier air is kind of pulled in, and we are seeing lower rainfall coverage. Yesterday, everything kind of held off to the northeast. That's where we had that little marginal risk for severe weather. And kudos to SPC. So yes, Miss Linda, it will be awesome with severe weather because we're going to have that lead in. We're going to have the people that are covering it as it comes this way. And hopefully we'll fill other gaps in some other areas out west and everything. So we have everything that's coming in. Then I take over. Then we hand it off to Mississippi and eventually, hopefully, some other places down the line. But we are updating the website and everything, nationalweathernetwork.com, as we add people on. And you can then follow along and follow all our YouTube channels and all that stuff. Mid-80s right now. This is pretty much where we've been recently. 84 degrees here in Alexandria. And your future wind gusts today kind of tied to those thunderstorms if we see anything develop. And at this point, I just don't see a lot of that happening. So it looks like we are going to keep those rain chances pretty low for today. And your future track for today, well, there you go. It's just isolated storms. We're not seeing much here. Maybe if you are down toward Grand Isle, which again, that's where I'm headed in a few days here, maybe you see something down that way. I think up here, I actually took rain chances down to 20%. We were up at 30%, but now I'm going to take that down just a little bit. And severe threat for today, just not much going on there. So let's go ahead and take a look at the planner. Day planner for today, mid-90s for highs. We're going to see partly cloudy skies. Rain coverage, again, about 20%. And now I know this is probably why a lot of people would be watching here. Tropical update. Where are the tropical interest areas? Notice this. This is the kind of subtle stuff we see here. This is shifting a little further to the east. So it looks like I had said I thought this, if it happened, it was going to probably happen on the Gulf side. There are times where I am incorrect, and I'm happy to be incorrect on this one. This is going to be shifting further, it looks like off to the east. So that 40% chance for development more up toward the Carolinas now. I really don't think we're going to see a Gulf issue with that, even though we see thunderstorms. You can see a little circulation right there, just a little surface circulation getting shoved away from the thunderstorms. So nothing tropical developing right there. And there's that upper level feature. So a lot of just a big complex area, kind of a mess out that way. And there could be something that weakly develops as we have moisture on both sides of Florida here. Big pool of moisture over the northeastern Gulf and then over the western Atlantic. But I think this thing all stays to our east. And if you have a beach trip planned, I think you're looking pretty good because look at this. Florida, I mean, yeah, you're going to get some daily thunderstorms, but I even think those are going to shut off by this weekend. So we went from thinking daily rain at least, and it's not going to ruin your whole trip, to it could be pretty darn nice by this weekend. So yes, the weatherman was wrong and it was in your favor. And as this continues to try and develop, I think it's going to be off the eastern seaboard as opposed to in the Gulf. So we are going to keep that tropical stuff to the east if it develops at all. And your rainfall outlook shows that not only, again, locally do we see the rain amounts coming down, we're kind of shoving those rain chances down because behind this thing, we're going to be on that backside. So we're going to see the drier air settle in. But look at those Florida beaches looking a lot better. I hope you did not cancel any vacations. Never do that. Just go for it. If you've booked it a year in advance, just book it, go, unless there's, a hurricane or something coming, then you don't. But I hope you kept those plans in just in case the weather did this. And worst case, we went to Galveston several years ago. This is my go-to story. 10 inches of rain in 3 days. We had a blast. We went out and crabbed in the pouring rain and sat in the house and hung out when we couldn't because of the lightning and everything. So, I don't know. You never know what's going to happen with the weather. Here's what we have going with the 4th of July forecast. It looks pretty good, mid-90s, 94. I think Tom did that as a courtesy. He lowered that temperature 1 degree there. I mean, there will be a little front in the area. We could actually see dew points drop into the 60s briefly during the afternoons as we kind of mix things out with this drier air. So that's, we're usually in the 70s on those. Scattered storms redevelop by Sunday and through Tuesday, and that is going to provide us with at least some rain chance, but I'm not worried about anything too widespread. And then it looks like warmer, slightly warmer than normal conditions. Again, mid-90s. July 10th through the 16th with some cooler air up there in Kansas, and then the rain chances, they will return, and we will see a bit of an increase in that from the middle of the month, but nothing too out of the ordinary. All right, let's click that and get out of there. And I'm going to get out of here for today. Nice and laid back. Had a nice conversation and got to talk all about what's going on with the National Weather Network and what's going on with Cenla Broadcasting and all this kind of stuff. Exciting stuff, though. I'm proud to be a part of it, and proud to have all you here chatting with me and hanging out. I will see you back here tomorrow. Have a great day.